to another York County Public Library Top 5. I'm Beth, and in honor of National Science Fiction Day, today I'm going to bring you my top 5 space-themed books. Why just space? Well, science fiction is a huge genre, and my personal favorite part of it is actually the space subgenre, so that's what we're going to focus on today. Are you ready to go on a journey with me? Let's blast off. So my number 5 features my favorite villain of all time and my favorite fandom of all time. It's Thrawn by Timothy Zahn. Thrawn is from the Star Wars universe, as you can see, and he is a blue-skinned, red-eyed Chiss alien. Thrawn is a military mastermind who shows a depth of character not seen in a lot of Star Wars villains. Yes, he spends a lot of his time hunting those pesky rebels you've come to love, but his sense of honor and his unique way of looking at the world will win you over. I do want to point out that this is the title is lowest on my list, because unless you're a fan of Star Wars, you might not understand how important some of the plot threads or character mentions are. That said, if you are a fan and you haven't discovered Thrawn yet, you really need to pick up this book. So my number 4 is 6 Wakes by Lafferty. I would describe this as a classic locked door murder mystery, but in space. When a crew member on a long-distance spaceship wakes up in her clone, a normal process that happens when your prior body dies, she discovers that for some reason, the memories that are supposed to be transferred aren't there. She has no idea why she died, or why everyone else on the crew seems to have died at the same time. As the crew works through the confusion, it becomes obvious that there is a murder among them. 6 Wakes features a well-thought-out mystery wrapped in a really interesting science fiction universe. It blends the two genres to great effect, and I would recommend it to anyone who likes either genre. My number 3 pick is the first book in the Expanse series, which I think is one of the best space operas out there. This is Leviathan Wakes by James S.A. Corey. In the future, humanity begins to expand, first to the moon, and then Mars, and then colonies on other moons and asteroids, and they set up space stations all over the solar system. Humanity gets split into 3 factions. You have the Arthurs, who are the originals, and so they're the political powerhouse. You have Martians, who have the best military, and Belters, who, because they were born on space stations, evolved to survive in lower gravity. They also depend on Earth and Mars for basic supplies, like water and oxygen. As the 3 factions teeter on the brink of all-out war, an Earther and a Belter end up on the trail of an alien organism that threatens the future of all humanity, no matter the faction. If you're a fan of political intrigue or hard science fiction that is sci-fi that includes realistic explanations of the technology, this is the series for you. The 9th and final book has been announced for publication in 2021, so now's the time to catch up on the rest of it so you'll be ready. Number 2, I picked a graphic novel called Sunbeam by Tillie Walden. I wanted to include this as an example of light science fiction, which, unlike heavy science fiction, is less about the science and more about characters. This lyrical and beautiful graphic novel intertwines 2 stories, one of 2 girls at a boarding school who fall in love, and the other of a crew of misfits who restore crumbling buildings in the deepest reaches of space. Walden brings these stories together beautifully, and the simple color palette is very soothing. And the art ranges from simple scenes to detailed and complex landscapes. It's really one of my favorite graphic novels. And finally, my number 1 pick is also my favorite science fiction pick of 2020. It's called Annihilation, Aria by Michael R. Underwood. The wonderful thing about science fiction is that while it often features cool advanced technology, the authors have to help readers relate to these incredible worlds, and they do it by creating unique and relatable characters that make you want to spend time with them. That's what you get in this book. I would describe it as a mix of Indiana Jones and Guardians of the Galaxy with a dash of singing warriors whose music gives them special abilities. What I love most about this title is that it explores a different kind of family. Readers will follow the crew of the Kettle, Wheel, the technologically augmented pilot that begrudgingly keeps her crew safe despite their hard-headed need to go looking for danger, Kruji, the strange tentacled family pet that eats everything it can find, even valuable artifacts, Lara, the singing Janai warrior who is searching for the last of her noble family that she has sworn to protect. And finally, her husband Max, the human archaeologist who accidentally triggered an alien artifact found in a dusty pyramid on Earth and gets transported across the galaxy. I loved seeing how these very different characters came together as a family. This is perfect if you want a fun space adventure, laugh-out-loud characters, and a heaping measure of hope. So that's my top 5 space-themed science fiction reads. You can check out any of these books from the Tab or Yorktown libraries. Be sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel to stay up to date on all of our digital content. Thank you, and happy reading.